Hello there, and welcome to another XTC game of 2021. This time, a Group D game between Malta, who are on the left-hand side of your screen with player Red and Andrew Chiarlo. And on the right, we have got the Chilean team of Cristobal Riago. If I've ruined your name, I apologise. I'm Irish. We can't even speak English, never mind try and pronunciate how people speak in Chile. Welcome, Chile. Hola. I hope you are doing well. Hello, Malta. I hope to be there in a few weeks as I have a holiday booked. So these guys are now doing everything that they need to do to get things sorted. So I'm just getting ready to start the clock whenever these guys have all their dials done. That's the tap. So I will start the clock and off we go. So I've been doing a lot of the Irish matches. This one is just perfect for me to sit back, relax, and enjoy 175 minutes of fantastically well played X-Wing from the XTC, a tournament that I have been absolutely delighted to not only be part of the Irish XTC team, but to actually bring this live to you. So let us go through the actual lists. Andrew from Malta has brought a Malra swarm, so 6 Epsilon Squadron cadets. Ireland also bought a Malra swarm, but have put things slightly differently. We have pattern analyzer on ours. Andrew's is slightly different. He has added a targeting computer, and he also has fanatical, and that means right now, as he is shielded, he has 2 shields. The lovely Lady Melrose has. But when she is not shielded, you can change a focus into a crit, which is a very interesting little build on that shuttle. On the other side of the board, we have Cristobal representing the mighty Chilean army. And he has went old school version 1. This is just, it's making my heart happy. So he is flying the Galactic Empire and starts off with the Phantom. He's taken Echo and has built Echo about as well as you can build a Phantom. A lot of points, 72, but he has got Juke. So if you're evading, let's remember if you are cloaked, you will always have the evade. That means you can turn one of the evades to a blank. Fifth Brother allows you to be an awful lot more nastier than normal. So it's a force point, can be used as a normal thing, or you can use Fifth Brother's ability. And he also has passive sensors, which will allow him afterwards to be able to do a barrel roll or take a target lock. And finally, I'm just delighted. I mean, let's forget all about the Grand Inquisitor. He's just there with his 2 force points, his bonuses to deny range 1 and all that sort of stuff are there. He is right at the bottom of your screen, but right at the very top of your screen, just on the very top right of your screen, is Big Daddy Vader himself in the X1, which is a heck of a lot better than the version 1, because this actually has a 1 forward, while in version 1, the minimum it could do, like all TIE fighters, was a 2 forward. And he has tried to make him as horrible as possible. Fire control system that allows him to add an extra die, gives him a reroll if he needs it. He has also got afterburners. Afterburners, any maneuver between 3, 4, and 5, allows you to do a boost even while stressed. So, opening maneuvers, not too much. A bank from the Swarm, who then barrel rolled right. A nice little turn in from Malrus, and off we go. And we've pretty much got the same thing from the Empire. Did the maneuvers, barrel rolled away, did their stuff, and now we are into movement again. And this time the Swarm decide to go straight up the middle, which is pretty good. So, hello, Lloyds. I apologise if my dulcet Irish tones are more than your partners in the last week. I apologise if I've influenced your home life that bad. It does say that. Let me get rid of that, Pedro. I apologize. That's ridiculous because I haven't got that game right at all. So let us just change that up. Let us make this Malta versus Chile Group D. There we go. We can now save that. So thank you, Pedro. That is now changed. Thank you very much indeed. Colombia was spelt right, Jay. So stop. Rianto, go, Chris, go. Excellent. Hello, Carlos. And thank you again, Pedro. So the swarm, a little movement forward. And we're not doing too bad here at all. That's trying to barrel roll to the right there from Vader. Does very well to keep him on the board. But then when you've got the 3 barrel roll positions, you shouldn't really be going off the board at any point, especially now as it shows you where you go. Daniel's going, go Chris, go Chile. Well, vamos. Well, I have updated it in the YouTube studio, Jay. So hopefully it has changed. You can tell me if it hasn't changed or not. But I'm delighted to see an ice list. There's not too many ice lists in the XTC that I have found. So seeing this, I used to fly a lot of Whisper, Vader, and Cinderfell back in the day. I thought that was an excellent list indeed. And then I used to fly the Pulp Shuttle over Vader and Fell, and it was really good. And then Inquisitor came into the game, and then they killed it and made this wonderful version. So brilliant. It's almost like modern technology and the internet works. But what you've got to remember is I live in Ireland and my internet is powered by a hamster on a wheel. So I have to keep feeding it so you guys can keep seeing this. So let us get back into the action. Has much happened? Not really. Another little bank away and we're probably back to dials. So let's see what we're going. I wouldn't expect to see any real engagement for at least 2 turns. I really do like targeting computer fanatical on Malorus. I think that's quite a good shout, actually, to be honest. But we shall see. Yes, I reward him in whiskey and Guinness, Renato. It's about the thing. He will run. He is training for the hamster marathon, so he's doing quite well. I need to get him a little top and some shorts, but it's not too bad. There is no such thing like bad luck for the Irish. Well, this is very true. We just say it's cheating. If you beat Ireland, you have obviously cheated. Because the good Lord God will not allow his beautiful green country to lose at anything. So there we go. Sapidio says, I am from Chile. My hamster already died. I'm turning the lever myself. Well, I mean, personally, when I've got the overlay, I've got to try and keep you guys amused and actually tell you exactly what is going on while this is going. The only thing I could probably do is jury rig some sort of bass pedal from a drum kit to make the wheel go, and that's way too much. I can't coordinate 3 things at once. That's too much for my little Irish mind to be able to deal with. So there is a barrel roll over there from the D-Cloak. And look at this. Look at this fantastic swarm play. I think these guys have maybe flown these lists before or practiced. I mean, you would think this is some really big tournament or something that we're currently in. So a little bank in there from Echo, who then seems to do this barrel rolly kind of thing very well. Sign of good ace play to be able to know exactly where you're going to be. Malorus is just going to swing up with a little easy one, take a focus, just like the rest of the swarm. Grand Inquisitor does a wee hard 1. Now, will his boost to the right clip that piece of debris? I would say that it might do. Bit of Fowler decides I'll just barrel roll. As it looks like the swarm has decided to go to the top of the board where the points really are. So as you can see from the overlay, quite a lot of points into Whisper, quite a lot of points into Vader, and the Inquisitor, who is annoying, is not quite as annoying as anything else. So as you can see, the Inquisitor costs 52, Vader at 75, and Echo 72. And all the Epsilons are 25 points each, and you can double that to 50 for Malorus, which means Andrew has a 200-point list to Cristobal's 199. So any form of engagement at all, there is going to be very little. He can't fire. Oh, but we are getting pews. We are getting pews. So the Inquisitor will spend a force to reduce the number of dice. So no range bonus, surely. Or no, that's he's taken it to increase his to 2 dice. Gets a hit crit. 4 dice back. And yellow's going to lose a shield. So first blood right away to Cristobal. Good shooting. And a good place to take a crit. Not being the only thing on his shield, so nothing nasty can go through. And we're not going to get any multi-shots here at all. So back to dials and a few decisions to make for both players. So obviously decision number 1 is, where is Echo going to recloak? Number 2, where is the Swarm going to go? Are they going to continue going up and maybe barrel roll or boost? Probably the barrel roll, as they don't have a boost, but to try and get some arcs and guns on the Empire side. Malorus will no doubt fill that gap, but there is logic possibly in sending the top 3, so red, blue, and yellow, ahead. Moving Malorus right forward, just maybe the 1, and then splitting the Swarm up to try and take the Inquisitor off, because guns off boards can't take out your ships. The Inquisitor, I would say, would probably do an easy 1 to the right. Or it could do a hard 1 to the left and bait them to try and chase them, and then get round the back of Malorus. And this is where the problem with the Malorus Swarm is. Malorus, as we know, will allow the Epsilons to re-roll blanks to take a strain, which normally results in an average of the 2 hits that you actually need your Swarm to be doing. And it also works on herself. Vader, of course, with his horrible force to be able to take a target lock and all that sort of stuff. He's still a bad boy, so he is. So as they finalize doing their dials, if you're taking part in the XTC, there had been a bit of a bug with too many people, it appears, on one server. So there were maybe several commentators, the 2 players themselves, and it did set, on a rare occasion, your dial back to the maneuver that it had the previous turn, which actually hit world champion Ollie Pocknell, who was meant to do a 5 forward to get away from the opponents that he was at, and left Obi-Wan Kenobi, well, literally to explode as it put him down for a 1 bank, and he was never getting out of it. So we are suggesting to everybody, as you can see, the red on the left-hand side and the blue squares on the dials, if you put your cursor over the top, you can then check that your dial is set. It does actually look like all the dials are set, so let's get back into the game. Nice little move there. 3 hard. Avoiding the rock, all good. Takes the focus. Does that mean we might get a 1 hard from yellow? Certainly does. Takes a focus there. 1 hard from green. Again, with a focus. Well, we all go 1 hard, so it looks like that is fantastically thought out indeed. Problem is that if the Inquisitor has thought about this in some way, we could get to see what is going on, and he could just one hard to the left and get out of that altogether. So let's see where Cristobal actually ends up here at the ends. But a good aggressive move there from the Maltese player. I agree with you, Carlos. Let's see where we all end up. So that is all the things coming in. Echo has decided to come straight in with the evade. So we will definitely be getting shots on target this round. And more than one goes for the barrel roll, trying, I think, to get out of some arcs or at least make it obstructed if they decide to take on Echo. The next one will be Malrus, I think, as he does that, moves forward and bumps. There's a 2 forward from the Grand Inquisitor. He has obviously got all his force back. Now that's problematic. That is a problematic thing. So the V1 chassis, fantastic. One of the best dials in the game. All your blue maneuvers on the ones, so you can one bank, one hard, all blue. It has linked actions. You can barrel roll and focus. You can boost and focus. And the problem is he has no barrel roll to the left. The one to the right will make him absolutely be in there, and takes the evades. And Invader does a 4 forward. Will we see a use of the force here to get a target lock onto, say, blue or red? Or will we see a barrel roll? Let's just have a look. I don't think we're going to see a boost in here, because I don't believe it will get him on the arc. But Cristobal definitely has options. Let's see what he takes. Spends a charge. So he does use the afterburner to boost forward 1, and then he will probably spend a force here to try and get a target lock, which he does. And we correctly guessed that blue would be the target. That was his action. So the afterburners, he's allowed to do it twice. It's not it's a freebie. You're paying for it for the upgrade. And now we have attacks. So Malrus has Inquisitor range 2, blank eye, 2 eyes, strains himself, and gets nothing, as Malrus had bumped. Nothing from Vader, obviously, because we're into the 5s, and the Inquisitor, I would pretty much guarantee, will take the return shot back. Only takes the normal shot, does not spend any force, so 1 hit into Malrus, which is evaded by Andrew, so good evasion there on the 1 dice. And then we have Echo to fire coming in next. Let us see what we have got. So the evade is up, so Duke is also up. It will be 3v3. Echo fires for hit crit. Brilliant. If this was Hexile, there'd be a can of Hexile pop up there. Duke kicks in to make that an eyeball. Is he going to make him spend it? It's in there. That is a fuel leak, which is not very good at all. Has to spend that all together. So half health in there. Thank you very much indeed. But still alive. So let me add all that to our wonderful, wonderful thing here. We will add fuel leak in there. Probably the best place to take it, to be fair. So half points and proper first blood this time. 13-0. But now, here's where the Malrus Swarm are excellent. So range 1, spend that focus for hit and 2 crits. He rolls back, and an evade and a blank will have to take that to just take the shield on Echo. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. And then I would expect all 4 of these shots to go into the Grand Inquisitor. So nothing to lose here by getting strained. Rerolls that blank. Spends the force for 2 hits. And that is 2 hits. Spends that evade. So 1 shield on to the Inquisitor. Doesn't need the reroll, just spends the focus. 3 die return. That is half health on the Inquisitor. And you can just see that the barrage going into Inquisitor has changed the score completely. Range 1 this time. Grand Inquisitor says, no thank you, you're not getting 3 die. Gets a hit. Malorus strains him. There we go. There's 2 hits, and you're seeing the consistency of the swarm. Can spend that other focus to stay in the game. Here comes yellow, range 2. So good choice there. 2 more hits. Wow. And 2 evades. That is pretty good going. Blue to see what can possibly happen here. To be fair, everybody is unmodded, but Echo is only a 2 die. No evade, so can't recloak. So a good decision here to see where we can get half points onto. Oh wow, taking the obstructed range 3. There we go. He is in range, so he can re-roll that blank into another blank, and after all of that, nothing done whatsoever. So, end of the round. A lot of strained TIE fighters, but that is okay. That is what this list wants to do. So, half points on the Grand Inquisitor. This is not correct. So this is not the correct scoreline whatsoever. It should be 26-13. So I will try and get that back to normal as soon as possible. So there we go. We've fixed the overlay. Apologies for that. I've got carried away. Yep, all done. Thank you, Niels. And thank you for all your hard work behind the scenes for all the streamers at the XTC. No wonder you're now stream boss. We do like it. So everything is now sorted. We're back to the correct score. 26-13. So we shall have to see what happens next. So Vader can probably do a hard 2 into the left-hand side. Echo cannot decloak, as Echo does not have an evade token. So not bad, halving the Grand Inquisitor, which I genuinely believe was probably Red is still full. Let me check that. Aha, you see. I understand what you're talking about. I understand what you're talking about. It's blue that's down with the fuel leak, so we will sort that out momentarily, very quickly indeed. There we go. We are all good. Still keeps the same score, 26-13. 50 minutes left in the game. An awful long time for things to be able to happen, but I would agree it wasn't a bad opening salvo for the first order. So we are there. Took a shield, a hit, and a crit. Yes, they did. Thank you, Francisco. It is now probably going to change relatively quickly, and as you can see, it has done. So apologies, I got about 15 minutes to organize bringing you this game. So thank you very much for all watching. If you'd like to help the streamers out, can I seriously suggest that every time that you go to either YouTube or Twitch, regardless of whether you've watched the channel or not, for the XTC to become even bigger, if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel or the Twitch channel, it makes the algorithms on both of that make them, oh look, what's going on? And we are having, obviously, the X-Wing Team Championships of 2021 here online, and we are doing our best to give you as many for... I think at the moment we have about 20 streamers, so all help you can give to us is fantastic. We give up our time very happily to bring you good games. So let's, speaking of the game, get back into this. Dials are being checked by Andrew. Cristobal has already checked all of his, and I think we are ready to go. So nice little 2-sloop to the right there from red. 3 hard in from yellow takes the focus. Another 3 hard from green to try and maybe take something up. We'll keep the strain, but can take an action, which is kind of handy. 2 bank down from pink takes a focus. 2 more to go. Brown does a little thing in there to move in. I probably expect a barrel roll to the right. There it is. And then blue will 2 forward and bump into yellow, but remove that strain as it is a blue maneuver. So let's see where Echo ends up. Probably a bank to the right to get away from things. Yep, there we go. So maybe 1, 2 in there, probably from brown and red. He's probably just checking to see if green has got arc. That's difficult to see, possibly. And very sensibly indeed. With no shot, just cloaks up. Malorus, lovely. 1 forward and a focus. It's a 5 straight over the debris. Get me the heck out of here. Goes over the debris, so does not want to roll a crit, or the crit will go through. Oh my lord! Oh no, 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 no. Loose stabilizer. So down to just 1. But in saying that, probably better than not having that. Oh dear me. That's so unfortunate. So loose stabilizer on Grand Inquisitor down to 1 hull. No shot there from the Inquisitor. No shot at all because of the cloak on Echo. Down to the big man himself. Decides to do a hard 3 to get around that debris. Takes a target lock. Puts it onto Malorus. Spends a force to take another second action. And it will be Vader to shoot range 3 into a target locked focused Malrus. So 3 into 3 because of the range. Vader fires. Not really going to get anything else. All the shenanigans that goes on for hit, hit, crit. And let us see what Andrew rolls back in defense. There's at least 2. And in fact, there's natties. Well, what disrespect that is. Absolute disrespect. Not too bad at all, actually, to be honest. So obstructed shot from Malrus, 2 into 5. Malrus not getting shot now, so being able to take the strain on herself, which happens. Has got the focus from doing the one forward, so that is 2. And there is the ultimate natty roll in history. My God, these dice are on fire. What a game of X-Wing we have probably got. So blue has got no shot at all. Yellow has got no shot at all. Pink has got no shot at all. I think he'll try green just to see if he clips the corner. Does not clip the corner, so it is only going to be red. 2-die attack. Gets a crit. Will Malrus reroll that into nothing? Right, unfortunate. But this time has to spend the 5th brother just as a normal force point to stop that last shield going. 2 unobstructed at range 2. Gets a hit. Malrus reroll. 2 hits. 4 die will probably not let him down. He'll probably get at least 1. Gets only 1. Shield down, but not half points just yet. Interesting round indeed. All over here. So the shield down, but for half points on a 3-hull 2-shield ship. That's 1 more for Echo. Score at the minute has not changed 1 iota. Andrew leading 26-13 over Cristobal, and there is around 43 minutes left in the round. Let's jump into chat while the guys are doing their dials. Natties, baby. We love natties. Getting 5 in a row, that should be a screenshot and a clip. Lots of people cheering for Chris. Yeah, I mean, this is a very open game. He's only taken 26 points off Cristobal, has Andrew. So there's a lot going on in this. As you can see, everything is completely okay. Grand Inquisitor is on 1 hull, so we're doing all right. So where are they going to end up? Good to see that the crit tokens that we've asked everybody to put on to people are actually being used. That's pretty good. So there's a fuel leak on blue. There's also a loose stabilizer on the Grand Inquisitor, who very sadly only has 1 hull left. I've been so impressed with all the games from the many streams that I've watched, and please do. There's an absolute ton of games on today. I'm going to just try and see what games are on. We'll give you like a match down ESPN type thing of what is actually going to happen today. So let me have a quick look. Today you can watch this game, which you are, or you wouldn't hear what I'm about to say. There is the Dutch are playing at 4 o'clock UTC. They're against Switzerland. Germany take on Ukraine at 5 UTC. Also the same time, Finland take on Canada. At 5:30 UTC, so all the times are UTC, by the way. Finland as I say, take on Canada at 5:30. South Africa take on Scotland. An hour later at 6:30, it is Scotland versus the Ukraine. 7:30, France Serbia. 9 o'clock, the United States against Hungary. Also at the same time, Iceland Peru. And there's still more to go. There's another America-Hungary game at 9:45 and another Iceland-Peru game on at 10 UTC. And if you really, really love Iceland, you can watch them at 1 a.m. UTC for their third game of the day. And there is a double header on Gold Squadron between Australia and Spain and Iceland and Peru. So I think Iceland and Peru just want to get these all over and done with as quickly as possible. But let us get back into the game that you guys have very kindly let me stream. And off we go. Pink has decided to chase the Inquisitor. I totally applaud that. I do. I don't applaud Brown catapulting himself into an asteroid, mind you, but that is just how it is. And Brown will take a shield because of that maneuver. So unfortunate there. Let's go down to Brown. Let's take his shield off. I love where Echo has ended up after all of that. That's it's a pretty good way to get round things. Malorus has decided, let's just try and stay in range 2 of the main swarm. I will assume that Echo has probably dialed in a 1 hard to the right. Back up again, so every single one is fine. We're all good. And there is one of the abilities of Malorus. Let's take that off the rock, so it did not have to go over it again, and can do its next maneuver quite well. The Inquisitor goes over, changes the loose stabilizer. I will change that on there, because that is not a good thing to have. So the loose stabilizer crit has been removed as the action, and in comes Vader with absolutely no fear whatsoever. Let's do this. Let's do it right. Will he use afterburners? If he does, that's going to be a heck of a shot into the rear of Malorus, who at the minute is completely untouched. And I think that the 1 forward fits here, but decides my action will be to go into Brown, who's just lost a shield after colliding into the rocket, and Malorus tractor beaming him to the side, going, don't be doing that, that's very silly. And a focus given as well. Then a barrel roll to the right, so a lot of force being used here. And now pew pews. So range 1. You can see the strain has been taken off. Will Brown survive this 4-die auto crit target lock double modded Big Daddy Vader shot? Let us see. Oh my god. Well, that could probably do it. 2 into there. That gets rid of all of this. We're going to have to pull out to see what happens. Oh, no, we don't need to pull out to see what happens. That is just, very sadly, the noise of an explosion. And Brown, sadly, for Malta, has exploded. So, great shooting there from Vader. I'm not even going to add the crits because he's just dead. So, Cristobal now leads by 12, 38 to 26. No shot, obviously, from the remainder of the Empire list. But range 2 here. Spends the focus. 2 hits. Only needs 1. 3 greens. Will they let him go? Takes 1. Can spend the force to remove that. No damage done. Inquisitor alive, which is pretty good going. Now, time to see who people can actually get at. So, Yellow, range 2, into so many dice. Getting shot back, so spend your force, 2 hits, and more than enough evades there. Green may not have anybody in Orc, and doesn't. Red doesn't either, and I think blue is slightly too far away as well. So a slight turn in the events, which is great for Chile. Delighted that this game is being played at such good pace. So Nils said Andrew got nuked so bad last round I have to cheer for him. So we know where Nils has nailed his mast to. Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered hitting that asteroid or not. I think pretty much Brown was dead when Vader decided to put him in the bullseye. Yeah, super dead. But, not that bad. To be fair, one Epsilon Squadron Cadet for 25 points isn't bad. Not really. The blue only has 1 hull left and has got a fuel leak. That is why Cristobal has 38 points. On the other hand, the Inquisitor is practically dead, using the Force really well there to keep the score down to just the half on him. One more would be 52 points for Andrew. Vader is just chilling and being annoying. And Echo, although losing the 2 shields and 1 hull would have for 36, it's still an incredibly tight game. I mean, Andrew only needs 13 to lead. So with 34 minutes exactly left in the game, it's still all to play for. You did indeed, Richard. It's on a certain website that has a lot of pop-ups. It was that rude. So you might have to click out of about 14 pop-ups to actually see just how bad that was. Be interesting to see now where the Swarm put their attentions into. With around a couple of minutes of half an hour to go in the game. So I believe Andrew is set. I also believe Cristobal is now set as well. I did like getting rid of the loose stabilizer. I thought that was pretty good, freeing up sort of stuff. So Andrew's just double checked all his dials. There is the decloak and the evade that gives Echo. So a 2 bank from Pink just is quite happy to be there. That's a 3 hard from Green. Yellow has been flying in formation perfectly behind the wingman. Now that's close. That is fantastically close. That's a pixel away from where he needed to be. So yellow, green, and red, and now blue with a 3 forward have all focused. The problem is, if Vader does a 3, he can afterburners away. And the problem is, Malorus at this minute in time is now got a very angry Darth Vader in his X1 right behind him. There is the maneuver from Echo. Little barrel roll round to the side. Sounds good to me. 2 bank, which is blue, takes a focus, and that is all that Malta can do. A 3 hard from the Inquisitor. Would a barrel roll to the left keep him in? Decides I'm okay with 2 force and an evade. And there is the 3 from Vader. Probably getting shot by at least green, well, red and yellow and blue. I don't think he wants to take that many shots. Again, I believe that the one forward boost could be excellent. I do think that is pretty good. Even a boost to the left, he'd probably still get something. But as these are fantastically good players, and you've got to be a good player if you're playing in this tournament. The first one's obviously going. There we go. Target lock. He's just eye checking the how many ships he reckons will be doing that. So takes his free boost. That is afterburner's completely used up. He cannot do that again. Spends 2 force to get a focus, a target lock, and an unobstructed range 1 shot into the back of Malorus. Malorus can do 0 about this whatsoever. I'm expecting at least 3 hits coming from Vader, if not 4, with everything that's going on. He also has the fire control system to be able to reroll a blank, which he will probably do. So 1 hit goes in there. He gets an eye. That is the fire control system going off. Spends both force, both focus for 3 hits and a crit. Malorus spends her focus, loses her 2 shields, but is still completely in this fight by a large stretch. But Vader at range 1 right behind. Problematic. No shot for any of the rest. So let's just see where we're at. Trying to get this annoying Grand Inquisitor off the board. So let us see how we get on. It's 2v3 at range 2. Andrew fires 2 hits. That's as good as he can possibly hope for here. And we'll just either spend the evade or spend a force. Spending the force is probably easier because he gets it back again just in case anybody else can shoot. Nothing there for green. There won't be anything there for red. There'll be absolutely nothing for yellow because it's too far away, but you'll double check anyway. And that is back to dials. So the score. Andrew from Malta has destroyed 26 points. Cristobal from Chile, 38. A lead of 12 with just coming up to 28 minutes to go. So I really enjoyed the fact that Vader just went, oh, look, 4 ships can shoot me. No, they can't. No, they can't. Let me just take a range 1 shot into the rear end of Malorus and be able to do what I need to do, which is get rid of that pesky reroll thing. And it's 50 points if it goes pop. So he's doing very well, keeping Malorus alive. However, I am now a little worried about what's going to happen to Malorus next, because 50 more points, should he get that, would put Cristobal up to 88. And with the Inquisitor only costing 52, that would be quite bad. I think we now need to try and get points if you're supporting the lovely Maltese island in the Mediterranean. Then maybe 1 more point onto Echo would be a far better thing, as that's another 36 points. And that would keep him very close. But as I say, let us see how this game goes on with just around 26 minutes to go. So thank you so much for being part of the stream, chat. Loving the comments. It's been some fantastic flying, Renato. I have to agree with that. We'll have to see where Malorus is going to go to see if he can actually do a maneuver that isn't going to go over that debris that Vader has got just slightly to his 1 o'clock. I would imagine the Inquisitor will just try and disappear. But I do see Echo coming in The choice of going for a rear arc on the epsilons is something that could happen. We'll probably know where he's going to go after the decloak. And the swarm really do need to try and get guns on the Empire ships. Looks like we're ready. Apart from Vader. And Vader is the most problematic one. If you're wondering why, Malorus can probably do a 2. Too hard to the right to try and get away from it. He could do a 1 bank over. Let us see where Echo goes. So Echo has to use the banked template, not like Whisper, who uses the straight template to do the decloak. Pink has decided, I've had enough of this, and is maybe trying to get some sort of a block or possible shot, depending on where the Inquisitor ends up. And this I'm delighted to see. He has decided to take violence as an option, and I thoroughly applaud that a great deal. So a 3 in there from absolutely everybody. Green sadly did bump. Brilliant little move from blue. So few tokens as well. Here goes Echo. Quite happy to just stay there. Takes passive sensors as the action. Complete full stop from Malorus. And I believe that the Inquisitor is absolutely fine right there. Absolutely fine right there. I mean, would you take a target lock? Would you? Decides, yes, thank you very much. I will actually take that target lock. No one's shooting at me, and let's see where we go. And Vader decides, I've done enough for this round. Thank you very much. I'm going to barrel roll out to the right, make some distance between where I'm going. Spend force, take a focus as well. All decent indeed. So Vader, absolutely no shot at all. Unless, of course, he wants to shoot Echo, but that would just be stupid. Malorus has no shot out of her guns at all. The Inquisitor has no shot, which now leads us to Echo, and I would assume passive sensors will go. There's only 1 hull left on blue, but it is a 3 into 4. And the target lock is going to be spent because only 1 hit there. Rerolls the 2 blanks. And essentially, we'll have to spend that, because you can turn that into a crit with this brother, and spend that focus. There we go. You've got it. You're fine. It's 2 evades. You're all good. Don't panic. Blue, Charmed Life, offensive. Now, pink, I can guarantee has no shots. So I'm hoping that yellow, green, and red get flink flinks into Vader. So let's see what we can get. Green, range 3. So problem is Vader has only got 1 force, which is pretty good. And it's 2 into 4 because of range. The bump, so would have to... He's just going to keep it as it is. There's a lot of... the one that rolled off screen is an evade. Nice little squiggle in there. So I would assume that they'll keep the dice on the board if they can. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Gets the Malorus reroll though. 4 hit crit for the strain. Vader rolls 4 dice nonchalantly. There you go. There's 2 evades. Thanks for playing. Very kind of you to shoot at me. I take no damage at all. And then we end up with red, another range 3 with a focus. And with Malorus should need it. Does need it for the blank. Is that going to be a crit? No, it's going to be a hit. Spend the focus, take a strain, 2 hits. Vader probably laughs. Spends the force. All good. All good. Doesn't spend the force, just actually spends the focus right there. So 3 shots into Vader at range 3 isn't really going to do an awful lot. Keeping that force, so he now has 2 force this turn. Very, very clever play indeed. Oh, I love chat. I absolutely love chat. So 50 people are watching. Thank you very much indeed. In fact, we're now up to 51. So thank you very much for joining us here at the Tauntaun Squadron YouTube channel, bringing you live to your home XTC 2021 Group D game between Malta and Chile. I'm hoping you're enjoying it as much as I am commentating it. So let us see where they're going to be going now. Personally speaking, for me, the Inquisitor should really hard one and then barrel roll somewhere to get out of Pink if Pink does a hard one to try and get a shot and 1 damage into the Inquisitor. Inquisitor, being the Grand Inquisitor, can deny range bonuses, all that sort of stuff. The Swarm should just go north. They should just go to the top and try and get guns onto either one of Echo or Vader. Malra should do a hard 2 and try and stay within that range 2 bubble to keep giving those rerolls. Vader could just exit 4-way somewhere, try and do something. And Echo, if Cristobal thinks will be getting shot at, can very easily, for an action, make it a 4 green defense die ship. Really, really exciting game so far. We're under 20 minutes left. The score's very, very light, but that kind of shows just how good the greens for both players have been. How blue is still alive on the Malta side is astonishing to me. Pink is completely fine, so is green. Epsilon yellow has lost a shield. Red's fine. Malrus has only lost 2 shields. 2 shields on Echo, 1 hull and 2 shields on the Inquisitor, and Vader is just almost, so far, untouchable. So let's get into the action again. I agree that this is probably the best way to do this, to try and get guns on. Removes the strain by doing that, so they get their action as well. Love those maneuvers. Loving all of that. Trying to ensure he maybe gets something. Pink is going to sloop, which is an interesting choice, depending on where the Grand Inquisitor actually ends up. Oh, here comes Echo. Looking like has dodged, or at least has got, well, I don't think any shots coming in from the 3 Epsilons. Takes the passive sensor. Great use of that upgrade. Malrus does a 3 hard to the right, keeping the strain, as that is a white maneuver. Bump there, so the sloop worked out kind of well. Only the 1 gun getting fired on to Pink. And Vader does a 3 bank. Will then barrel roll out to the right as back forward as possible. And then take a focus. So, no shot from Vader. No shot from Malrus. First shot in this game will be... He's going to check Inquisitor, but there's nothing in range. Here's the main shot. And this is also one of the reasons why the score is so low. Passive sensors trigger. Give me that target lock. The target lock goes on to Pink, who is completely undamaged. So let us see how this goes on. 3 into 4. Single modded with... That's only 1 die. So he's rolled only 2 of the 3. That did not roll. So perfect. This is actually his roll. Gets a hit. We'll spend the target lock. It's taken off 2 hits. Unmodded defensive 4 die roll from Malta. That is just, I mean, that's just ridiculous. That ridiculous range from both players. There's not an awful lot of shooting, mate, to be fair. There's really not. So nothing at all from blue. Green, nothing. Red may have Vader at range 3. Does indeed. So 2 into 4. A focus and a force. It's going to check the range 2 bubble from... Yeah, that's perfect. So can reroll the blank. He has a force token as well. Spend the force token. It will be 1 hit. Spends the force. And that's it. That's yellow doesn't have anything in arc either. What a game of X-Wing this is. I'm absolutely just thrilled to see how these guys are playing. And there we go to finish off the round. Spends that evade token to cloak up on Echo. This has just been a really good game. So around 15 minutes or so to go. Not the highest scoring game, but a really intense game to go. 26-38 it has been that scoreline for around 25 minutes. Neither player can get the Reds hot enough to actually chip away damage. Even that range 1 Vader shot with an FTC, although getting 4 hits in total, including the crits that all went on the shields as Andrew rolled 2 eyeballs and spent his focus from his action, which is why Malorus is now just down to hull. But she is now getting ready to be able to use Fanatical. So that is when you're unshielded. And she is now unshielded, so that is now live and ready to go. Just trying to think about where I would go if I was either player. To be fair, couple forward with all the TIE fighters. I mean, to be honest, Echo will probably... I mean, it's all depending on where Echo is going to decloak, to be fair. But I think genuinely what you really want to do here is get points if you're a fan of Malta. So where's the best points? Well, I mean, you could try and ping some shields off Vader, but you would need to get at least 3 past 2 force and whatever action they take. I suppose the easiest points will be into Echo, but trying to get guns in Echo with the asteroid to the left of yellow, it's going to be slightly hard. With no boosts and just access to barrel rolls, that's going to be quite hard to do. I assume Malorus will just trundle along the bottom and try and stay in range 2 of the tithe, but maybe actually out of the game. I haven't seen Malorus shoot at all, really, to be honest. Did get some shots into the Inquisitor earlier on. So, as Renato says, if the ties go straight, that's a free 2 hard from Vader and a barrel roll and an attack and nothing on them. So maybe splitting the swarm up a little, maybe a bank and a straight and another bank, and try and get at least 1 gun on the Vader. To be honest, I'm kind of tempted to go, does the 1 left from green fit that you could barrel roll beneath the asteroid? But here we go. 2, 3 forwards. 2 focuses each. 3 forward here. And I genuinely think that a barrel roll instead of the focus would have been a better choice. We shall see where Vader ends up. 2 right from pink. Again, seems to love those focuses. But a change in direction for blue. Only the one hull left. So interesting to see where we go. Echo passive sensors moves in for a really good direct shot here. There is another 3 hard, keeping that strain on Malorus. I don't think anybody really cares about anything else. The Grand Inquisitor has decided, yeehaw, I'm getting way out of here. Boosts in, links that to a focus for an attack on green, I would assume. And 3 hard from Vader clips yellow Epsilon. Oh, God. Nothing apart from force to modify attacks. No change in target lock. Could this be the thing that Malta need to try and get something? So he's going into green. Green, totally untouched. 3 defensive dice, but only 2 for Vader. Will he spend one of his force? Decides, no. I'm happy with the hit. 1 green evade from the green tie means yet again there is no damage at all. Malorus has nothing in range. This time the Inquisitor will spend a force into green. Still has that focus. Did not need it here. That is 2 hits. No target lock for anything else. Green will take shield. So some chip damage of some description, but it is only a shield and no points. Here comes Echo. Spends the 5th brother charge to turn that eye into a crit. Pink needs paint. Gets 1 there. That is a shield. So evades 1. It's a disabled power regulator. So half points on pink. Good shooting in there. So disabled power regulator on pink. And that is halved the pink. So we actually have a change of score at the minute. Let us see how we get on. We'll not say anything. Chile have increased their lead. Let's see what is happening in here. Uses the focus. 2 hits. Will use a force to take no damage. That was from red. Green. They need to get some damage in here. He spends the focus. 2 hits. Vader again. No chance. I will not let that happen. Misses out on the attack on the Grand Inquisitor by a couple of pixels. So he has to go range 3 downtown with a focus for a hit crit. Utter perfect nutties. What a dice game this has turned out to be. This has been fantastic dice rolling from both players. Really impressed with both red and green dice. Echo has still got the evade token, so can decide to cloak or not. He is cleaning up his board state, which I'm delighted to see. Doesn't look like he is actually going to do anything like that. I think he's just going to try and keep it up, but has decided that cloaking is one of the reasons why Phantoms are such a good list to have. So let's bring you up to the score 51-26. Cristobal leads by 25. There is a grand total of just 6 minutes left to go. So Chile looking in a decent spot at the minute. Because even if they need to kill that Inquisitor to win by a point. So that's pretty much where you need to focus your entire list. If you're from Malta, take out the Grand Inquisitor. It's only got one hole left. Sadly, it has all its force left as well. But hard ones, maybe. A hard 3, maybe from blue. Try and get as many guns onto it as you can. Fire Malorus as hard up towards where you're trying to go as possible. Blue might be able to get a bump, but let's just see. Pink has went into the corner. Let's see where blue is. So, yes. Perfect choice. Will blue survive to actually do it? Who knows? But let us see. Green does do the hard 1. Red does do the hard 1. Will he barrel roll to try and get a block in? Does that exactly. Yellow will also not do the hard 1. Decides to do the sloop to the right to take a stress. Because we don't know where Vader is going to go. There is the hard 1 from Echo. Takes a focus. Doesn't need any of this passive charge nonsense right now. Malorus comes in. That's a blue maneuver. Can take a focus. Lose the stress eventually. And let's see where... Got him! The hard 3 from blue blocks the Inquisitor. Oh my god! What an end to this game. Vader goes for a 3 bank and hits red. That barrel roll perfect to stop Vader getting any additional actions whatsoever. Let us go. Let us go. There is a Darth Vader target lock, as you can see in blue and white at the bottom. His ability allows him to do all manners of trickery. And it ends up being a hit and 2 crits. Malorus to roll back. We'll have to spend that focus to turn that over there. So hit crit. And we're not too sure what the crit is. I will find out immediately. It's console fire. Whoa. Into weapons failure. Oh, that's not good at all. That's not good at all. Console fire. Weapons failure. And half points more importantly. That's 76 now for Chile. And they still have more shots to fire. Grand Inquisitor fires at Malorus. Sadly, obstructed. Does nothing. This, if he could take 2 damage in here, he's already got the half points on pink. It's 4v3. He's got a focus. That's pretty impressive. Spends the eyeball, but that is still crit, and pink is now dead. And I think that may have just won the game completely there for Chile. Brown and pink dead. There's a fuel leak on the Epsilon. We're going to need a hope and a miracle and a prayer for Malta. But let us see what can happen. Can they take the Inquisitor off? Red to fire first. 2 dice. Hit crit, that's pretty good. 2 evades. I mean, Andrew can't really do much else. Range 1 attack. Decides to move the dice a wee bit. Is it range 1 or is it range 2? It's just the back rear. Gets 2 more hits. That's pretty good going. 2 more evades. Unbelievable dice rolling. Nothing from blue. Yellow. And will we maybe get another round? It's Invader range 2, 2v3. And nothing. I'm just going to check the actual game clock. There is 44 seconds left. So this will be the final round. Echo will re-cloak. There are 2 really annoying crits on Malrus. And I don't really see a way here of Malta bringing this back. There is actually still a focus token on blue. I assume that Andrew has just forgot about it. But yeah, fuel leak, that was pretty bad. Needs to roll for that. There's another damage. And yeah, that's not great. So let us see if they have decided to continue playing. I think there was time left in the round. That was just a missed trigger that the players caught themselves, which is excellent. It's a few people haven't actually done that, but it's now just 2 hull left on the shuttle. And dials are being set. Yep, dials are being set. I like this. So, one final round for you guys all to enjoy. Personally, I've had so much fun watching this game. Yep, insane defense, Daniel. Have to agree. There's been some fantastic blocking, Dave. The FOs have been really, really good, but I can't. Much as it pains me, I've been to Malta. It's a beautiful country with beautiful people. Sadly, I've not managed to get to, well, anywhere in South America, but I would like to go. But I can't see this deficit of 62 points. It is now 88-26. This is the last round. They would absolutely need to take either Echo out totally to get 72. So three hull in there, and that's pretty much it. They either kill Vader or kill Echo. So all guns onto each one. Take your time. Clock is gone. Nils, it's all your fault that I am streaming this, so thank you very much for letting me do it and sending me the stuff over so I could get the stream ready. Francisco, I will take you up on that. Please have Guinness and tequila ready. Feeling that whiskey. Well, feeling that any alcohol I'm Irish, it doesn't really matter. So here we go. Last round. Vader set. Malrus not set. The TIE fighters that are like just like normal Imperial TIE fighters, to be totally honest. They're all set. Looks like Malrus is going to be the last one. I think genuinely there should be a nice little roll to the right here by Echo. See if they can bring it in to try and get one shot or just run. And probably going with where the TIE fighters are currently, doing a thing to the right, decloaking to the right or to the left. Either way, it seems pretty good, and then just disappearing. So decloak to the left, gets the evade, and let us see where Andrew ends up with his final maneuver. All slooping so far to the left. Moves that in with a 2 blue forward. Can take the focus. Green will get no shot on anybody. So time to see whether Echo has decided to run. Actually barrel rolls into the left. That's huge applause. If Malrus has done a stop, that's not bad. I don't believe that Echo has got arc on Malrus, and it certainly does not. So Echo out of the game. Which one was that has just been done? It's the fuel leak has been done as the action. So let me get that. The console fire. Let's get rid of that. The weapons failure still there. Evade from the Grand Inquisitor, who will be getting shot twice, and a phenomenal 4K range 1 target lock, 4 dice into 2. Will Malrus die at the end? 1 crit will go to a crit, which he's about to do now. Spend the force. Spend it to guarantee the kill. And that's why you're going to spend the 4. You know Malrus has got everything. And now with Malrus, sadly, eventually dying. This game, very sadly for Malta, but brilliantly for Chile, has won the game completely. Let us see what we can get back. Obviously, the other two do not have any targets at all. Green doesn't either. I would try my damnedest to see what we could actually get. Can Andrew from Malta take off this Inquisitor just once? Can he actually get this done? No reroll. Unmodded, it's 1 hit. With the evade, it's automatic. Spends the force, keeping that evade. Red will also get the same, 2 into 3. But at least had got the guns on target. Unobstructed, rolls the dice, gets a crit. But again, the evade token means anything is okay. Spends the other force to get it done. That only leaves yellow. He has to go range 3, unobstructed, 2v5. Gets hit crits. Wonderful. What gets... Oh! Oh, dear me. What a game of X-Wing that was. Andrew and Cristobal, brilliant. But at the end of this fantastic game of X-Wing, the final score is Andrew from Malta, 26. Cristobal from Chile, 113. He wins by 87 points. What a brilliant game that was. And I sincerely hope that every single one of you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Great flying, superb defense and evade dice. No matter how well, even at the start, the Malrus Swarmer hitting 2 hits every single time and evaded with ease. Vader throwing umpteen natties. There was a 5-die natty thing going on. Guys, honestly, it's my pleasure to do any stream for any group so you guys can see this great tournament. It is just one of the best ideas, seeing as the pandemic has hurt us doing X-Wing in real life. To be able to play people from across the world in a competitive environment, it's great TV. So congratulations, Chile. Commiserations, Malta. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I will be in Malta having sunbathing lessons. Who knows? I haven't booked. Whether I get to go, that's all down to whether your gorgeous island goes onto the green list. If they do, I am so there. Thank you very, very much to the chat. If you can, please hit subscribe. We'll try and do as many different games as we can. But being Irish, I'm specifically here to kind of make Team Ireland look good. So GG to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. It'll go into your inbox to let you know what game I'll be streaming. Take it easy and enjoy the other streams today. Bye-bye.